Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching Legacies. This is episode 12 of season 1. Hopefully guys are enjoying the series so far. What do you think of this new edition? Think it's pretty cool if you ask me. Honestly, I'm really liking it. Last episode was really interesting. You know, episode 11, there was a unicorn and it was like spouting leeches out of its ears and it went inside of the humans and it made them act different. It kind of like made them act all happy, but also made them reveal like the inner truths. And also like once it managed to stay inside you for quite some time, it then was trying to pull your desire towards getting the urn. So it was really interesting. Hope, when she had it inside her, seemed like a really happy, flamboyant character. I actually did enjoy that side of her, to be honest. I'm not going to lie. The school had a talent show as well, which was really interesting. Raphael, he ended up doing like a stand-up poetry, and he revealed, like, obviously he was looking up at Landon and Hope at the top, and he kind of revealing that he'd never meant to like hurt Landon and all that, and he always felt like he had to protect him, whilst also saying to Hope that he really likes her and stuff, but obviously he's possessed, so he can't really control what he's saying, even if he does feel those feelings. Landon didn't get infected by it. Interesting. Joe says she got it inside of her. She was acting definitely out of character. She was you know, she ended up saying to at the very end to Lizzie that she's a bad sister or something. She was with Penelope as well. Them two was the ones finally trying to get the urn. They wanted to destroy it. They was the only ones that wasn't in the school when they figured out how to actually get it out of them. They realised that if you could electrical shock them, then it pretty much like shoots out the body. So they managed to, during this talent show, trap them all inside, throw some like some mad dust thing in, and then obviously like use some magic and flick it on, and everybody got electrocuted and well pretty much stamped out everything, while them two were still in the woods and they was going after this urn. And that was when obviously Lizzie ran over to try and stop them, and those like nasty things was kind of said. But what I did enjoy is Lizzie didn't actually hold it against her. She gave her a hug after it once they managed to successfully get the slugs out of them, and it looked like it was all singing or dancing. Speaking about all singing or dancing, mate, the Wolves, they put on like a rap sort of dance that was really good. You know, Caleb was smashing out the vocals, man. He absolutely knocked that one out of the park. It was amazing. And also, speaking of somebody knocking it out of the park, mate, Landon, he ended up singing a song to Hope at the very end in his little guitar, and I loved all the lyrics that he was saying. It was like it fit him and her relationship so well, and I just really like how his character has progressed. Me, I just feel like, you know, he was one that's come in kind of like broken, and the more he's around people, the more he's gaining confidence, the more I can see it, the more he's more enjoyable for me to watch. And I also would like to see more of Josie as well. You know, like I said, she was possessed in the last episode, and she didn't want to do the routine that Lizzie had choreographed, the one that they've been doing apparently for years and winning. And she, you know, she didn't want to change the winning formula, but Josie did. Well, after, near the very end, when like I said, they managed to get the slugs out of them, Josie, she was given the limelight, mate. Lizzie, she said, look, we'll do the choreography that you want to do. You could be centre stage. All of them stood behind. They was all dancing while she was in the front, singing, smashing it. The lyrics were great as well. They was fitting exactly her character. This is what I thought was really good, actually. I thought the lyrics that Landon sang was really good, and I thought the lyrics that Josie sang was really good. It fit the story. Rick as well, he kissed the therapist in the school. They went out, and you know, he thought it was because they was possessed by the slug. Well, it turns out she was and he wasn't. But she said that she had a boyfriend as well, and it was bad timing. I didn't really like that, because she was definitely leading him on in that day, even though she knew obviously like she had a boyfriend. Then he went running back to the school, obviously, because Dorian rang and said obviously these this thing's going on with all these slugs and that. And it turns out her boyfriend's Dorian, mate. How crazy is that? So I feel tight on Dorian and Rick, to be honest, because she kind of like playing them both. So, I mean, I don't really like that, because they're two characters that I do enjoy. So I'm interested to see how that one plays out. And obviously, I am really interested to see why Landon didn't get infected by this slug either. But I really liked this episode. I like the singing. I love anything with singing. It just gives me an upbeat mood. And, you know, I'm looking forward to today's episode after the aftermath of the last one, because at the very end, Rick took a swig of his bourbon and he was a slug inside it, and he got possessed, and he ended up taking the urn, going to the bridge and launching it off. And that looks like there is 2 keys in MALIVORE. So we've got the urn gone, we've got the knife gone. Who's the third key? What's the third key? I said the third key is Landon. That's the guess that I'm going with. Lock number 3 is him. That is why this guy's after him. Can't wait to find out if I'm right. That would be an absolutely amazing prediction. If you enjoyed today's episode, please smash like. Really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump in to episode 12 of Legacies.
To you, a week off and a break from monster-related business. So, have you decided if you're going to come to the mountains with me for spring break?
Does it look like I know how to pitch a tent?
Let's get out of here. Come on, come on.
Oh. I wonder if everyone's worst fears are coming in this episode. That would be really interesting. Have we had that one yet?
I couldn't find it.
Because it's not there.
Then why have I done 5 dives looking for it?
I didn't figure it out till now. Slug or not, I'm responsible for the things I do, and I have very likely unleashed a new monster on the humans that live outside the gates of the schools. Now, if my theory is correct, the urn is here. It's a man-made reservoir. A dam.
You still don't trust me.
Right now, not as far as I can throw you. MG doesn't
Like
need any
it.
negative influences while I'm gone.
Look at that car.
Dr. Sauceman, this van is very light of you.
Josie, you cannot leave me alone with just her for company.
Well, I get carsick if I don't listen to music.
It's a good song, though. How can you sit in that for 6 hours? 6 hours would take me to Dubai.
I'm starving.
Punch buggy, no returns.
My heart wrote a little song for you. So
Wow,
won't
she's
you
smashing
take
it,
a
mate.
listen and dance with me to the rhythm.
Anyone else would probably go all the way to the dam. Here the river it bends, slows, makes deposits. I'll find the urn.
This isn't exactly a hot spot of activity. Our hopes of finding anything are going up in smoke.
Wait, are you passive-aggressively referring to that fire in my dorm room 3 years ago?
Gotta get stuck on the senior citizens half of the tour. Excuse me. Or y'all just need the third wheel to shield you from all this awkwardness. Something's humming for sure.
Run! Run! Run!
Wow, imagine that.
This is plaguey, right? It seems plaguey.
Guess we're in the right place.
See, why and all them go? Why all? What are they? Bees or something? Bugs? Why did you chasing these 3? Do you know what I mean? See, that's what's interesting. What I thought was interesting as well is all the humans are running. They're all crapping themselves, all screaming, and there's just 3 girls are stood there like, "Yep, it's plague." Do you know what I mean? Also, is it a common thing in American towns to have like a clock tower? Because they got one in Mystic Falls and whatnot, and they've got one here now where I live. But I've never seen one, like just ever. So I think it looks really nice, actually. I do like how the buildings look in these scenes. Are they real places, or do they just make them up? I would love to go one day. Anyway. Definitely would like to go to Mystic Falls, that's on here anyway. I know that somebody said that I don't think it's a real place, but there's a sign. I need to go there. I want to get a picture stood there. Like that, if you know, you know. Stick it on the Instagram.
I can't do this. I simply can't. I can't do it. Oh, creepy crawlies. I hate them.
Well, look.
If I could look, I wouldn't be covering my eyes, Caleb.
Does this way take us past the fire station?
Oh my
Oh,
God.
she's
We
embracing
barely
it
just
in a
survived
bitch.
biblical plague. For the last time, I didn't start that fire. And
There's a boil on my boil.
Oh, God.
ew.
Wow, look how big that is.
be sick again.
Proper quarantine.
The locals that we met said that they hadn't seen anything.
So how did they have this set out?
Bugs.
I don't know who they are, but they are too prepared, organized, and well-equipped to be responding to some random insect attack. My daughters, from my first marriage, and Caleb here is
My boyfriend.
Hey, when you're good, you're good.
trying to cover things up. There are groups like this scattered all over the globe, probably tracking the same activity we were.
Finders keepers.
Whoa. What just happened? There's not... Wait. So there's a guy in the car that's just seen that. Where did that big hornet or person mummy go then with it? Because if this guy's looking at... It is a mummy. If this guy's looking at Dorian, he knows that clearly he's not done anything with the urn or anything like that, but he must know that, like, I don't know, he didn't act out. Do you know, if you was a standard civilian and you didn't know anything about these weird supernaturals, if you seen that, your ass would fall out, wouldn't it? You'd probably faint, run off screen. He didn't even react. He stood there, eyes closed, and just give it to him. It's really interesting. What I've noticed is quite a lot of these characters, what are these supernaturals coming in for these objects, they're not actually here to hurt people. They just want it, you know. Just give it me and I'm free. You know what I'm saying? If they cannot actually harm someone, then they wouldn't harm them. But do you remember the first one that we had in? I can't remember. Is it the gargoyle? The second one? He was there to protect the knife. Now, I think that if they didn't jump in with that one straight away, they could have played it against supernatural against supernatural, where like one's after the knife and the gargoyle's there to protect it because it's a protector of the humans, or what was it, something like that? So that would have been interesting. But yeah, so the hornets, and in England you don't have hornets, you just don't. So I've never physically seen one, but what I've heard of them is they're like massive, like this big. Is that true? And are they like bees? I don't know. They look like it anyway, but like 10 times bigger.
Oh, poor Emma. She's worried sick about Dorian. I gotta find a way to put her mind at ease. Listen, we need to snag one of our phones back so we can go to Dorian.
Thought vampire powers were off limits.
Desperate times.
All right, I'll lend you a hand, but I want to hear you say it.
Not a chance.
So you came in from Raleigh on a road trip with your family?
Roanoke.
Roanoke.
He must have known that he was going to ask that.
This creepy met in Kansas when you guys were in Europe.
Swear to God, you will do anything to get attention.
I lost half of my stuff in that fire, including the only painting I made with my dad. Why would I do that to myself?
I don't think we have anything more to discuss.
I could think of a few things. Or perhaps your school for supernatural children. Look, I applaud your school's mission. If you do your job right, makes mine easier.
So why are we still here?
Well, I have an entire town that needs to forget what they've seen today.
Why not call it a freak swarm of bugs? Why erase it from memory?
Because someone may recognize them for what they are. One of our drivers survived an attack by the river. He's been tracking them on me ever since. Will you help?
We'd be happy to help.
I'm gonna need my weapons.
I think they're trying to get the number. I think they're trying to get the numbers of how many supernaturals they are so that they can take them all out. Like, this guy works for MALIVORE. He's bringing the supernaturals to them. That's what I think he wants. He wants to get the key. He wants to get Landon. He wants to open it. He wants to get the school and take them there.
Field that we woke up in Georgia, that's where the portal to MALIVORE is. It's hidden in plain sight by a company called Triad.
Route 21 cuts to the center of town and winds all the way to the interstate. As the crow flies, this is the straightest route.
I need to go see if I can find Dorian.
Yeah, of course. Ah, some spring break, huh?
She needs to pick one, man. She can't be in the middle. It's not good for any of them. It's not healthy.
And if the urn gets to MALIVORE, what happens? The adjacent apocalypse?
2 of the 3 locks that keep MALIVORE sealed will be open.
So, who do I get to fight?
Actually, I need you to compel all the locals to forget what they've seen. We need them to think that we're on their side.
Clever.
So vampires are cool as long as it's for something boring.
I hope it puts up a fight, man.
Quiet back there, please.
Seriously.
I wasn't mean to you. You were mean to me.
Because you were telling people about my episode.
I swear I would never do that. Guys, what?
Hi, ma'am, excuse me. You didn't see any hornets today. You know what a fall guy is?
You mean like a scapegoat?
You know what? Let's not even get caught up in the wording, because whatever you want to call it, you are a prime candidate.
No offense, Dr. Saltzman, but you and your crossbow were kind of man-spread in front of 3 powerful witches. Hope. You up!
Hey, that was sick, mate. Shoot that glowing thing on it. What is it?
What's happening? Oh my God. Oh my God.
What a twist. Oh. Yes, mate. Yes. That was sick.
Worst spring break ever.
Right, I've got to say, Debbie Downer coming along, me again, yeah. Why did he put up no threat at all? Like, that's the only thing I dislike about it. She took it out on her own then, which looks sick. You know, I have to admit, the fights do look good. There's just no fights. You know, what would you call that? Like, that was not a fight. That was just a walk up and lose. And that's happened every time, though. Like, I need a fight. That's what I would like. To me, there's no point in having a supernatural if it doesn't do anything. Like, it shut out the Hornets, and then he just blocked it, and then she just walked over and shot a bit of fire, and it was gone. Like, no threat at all. It stood in front of them for ages as well, just staring them down. Now, did I like the fight? Yeah, I did. I like it when the twins and Hope work together. Rick didn't even shoot his crossbow once. Do you know what I mean? Like, there was no threat to them that he didn't even have to shoot his gun or panic. So, do you know what I'm saying? So, I don't mind all the supernaturals coming in. I just want them to actually pose some sort of challenge so that they all have to team up and fight and show what they're capable of. Like, that's all. But in terms of the whole episode, I enjoy it. But my only pet peeve, if you could say that, is how much the threat is not a threat.
Hope we never have to see each other again. Yeah, I hope I never get assigned to look into your school.
Oh, yeah,
That'd be a real shame.
What's that? A beat?
So what now?
Until we get the urn, we wait.
Yes,
Why can't
Caleb.
we just give the mummy the urn? Is opening the portal to Malivore really that bad?
Do any of the monsters that have been trapped in there seem happy and balanced?
Think of it like this. We'll be setting the mummy free from his prison.
What the hell is happening?
I don't know, he should be dead.
Well, clearly he isn't.
Yeah, I can see that.
Nice bling. Don't mind if I do.
What's just happened? Oh, it's dead, mate. It's mummified.
Well, Agent Clark, if we do any more work for you guys, you're gonna have to put us on the payroll.
Agent Clark, that's what it's called. And did they manage to drop it in? Not only it was one of our guys that was in the tent, so then he's kind of took suspicion away from these. So that's interesting. But who did that woman take it to? That again, unless imagine she went to Dorian, that'd be quite clever. Or I don't know, she wouldn't have been able to slip it in that car without anyone noticing, would she? Give it to one of those. So I'm interested to see where that is, because it's definitely coming back with them. My question is just how and who's got it. Now, also when the Hope done that or whatever, what did she actually do? Did she successfully do it, or was it the twins siphoning? Again, interested to know that one. She's kept it all that time.
Oh, and you may want to lay low for a little bit, sweetie.
All right, let's go home.
All right.
I wouldn't give it him. I'd play dummy.
I'm impressed. We thought the two of them would provide some nice leverage in case things went wrong.
See, when that guy was first introduced, thanks for visiting. What's that, a sweet place? Like, when that guy was first introduced, he doesn't look scary. To me, he doesn't look scary, but I like the more you see him, the more he is a little bit scary. But he's interesting as well. Like, I'm very interested to see what he... Like, what's he want to get out of it? Like, what, do you know what I mean? Like, what's his job? I know that he works for Triad, but, like, okay, he's got this item. He's going... I'm definitely calling Landon's the third key. You know, he dropped it in, you know... Hopefully it's not a reason for me to come visit your school. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm intrigued. Does this guy want to capture them all? Is he like Landon's second, like mum, so to speak, where she captured them and brought them? Do you know what I'm saying? Is he his dad? He's got curly hair. Do you know what I'm saying? It's really interesting.
I really thought that I said all those things about you. Then you hating me all these years makes perfect sense. I don't take it lightly, and I would never make fun of you for it. I don't get is why anyone would accuse me of that.
What song is 10 out of 10? Oh yes, mate. He's on the rabbits or whatever.
Thank you for today.
I mean, all I did today was compel a few people, and I'm out of steam. I need real blood. The witches need offensive magic.
I like how he approached
Why would
that.
you drive a wedge between me and Hope?
Started the fire. Lizzie had made some remark about me being obsessed with you. I had a crush on you.
Oh, no
And I
way.
had slipped a note into your room that morning. I was really only aiming for the note.
You had a crush on me?
She is pretty when she smiles, anyway.
And it was days ago when that magical slug was in me, but that's no excuse.
Did Rick have a slug in his ear when he kissed you?
No, one second. Before he kicks off, Rick didn't know she was dating him, so I'm not blaming Rick. No, I will blame that female though. Anything that stems off this is hers. It's because of her. She was the instigator. She enticed. Is that the word? She enticed Rick in. She knew that Rick was single. She was going out with Dorian. Yeah. Rick was having a good time. And he thought he had a slug in his hair. So, I'm not having it. No. Rick, whatever coming to Rick now, he doesn't deserve it.
I quit.
Flopped.
You better hustle. Mrs. G wants that in the vault ASAP.
She's the boss.
How's it not obvious this guy's killing people? Like, mate, he nearly missed. Gone. Not long now. I do think that Landon is the key, the third key. So I'm interested. Now I do actually want what episode on 12 and it's 16. So next one would be 13, and then 3 episodes after we could have the repercussions of opening it. Yeah, I'm gonna say next episode I would like them to go after Landon. Well, this is all assuming he is the key. To go after him. That's episode 13. So we've gone there, we've done the chaos, we've got him. Next episode, we take him, we drop him in to Malivore. Last episode, gang reunites, assembles, goes, rescues him. That would be a good way to end the season. Very interesting how, Josephine said that she had a crush on Hope. And she was actually digging it, mate. You had a crush on me? Get in there. That's what she's like, literally. And look how pretty Hope is when she smiles. She's always got a resting, like, bitch face, hasn't she? And Lizzie was fully embracing it as well. And to be fair, after she relayed all the bad stuff that's happened to her, yeah, and she thought it was Hope, no wonder she has a bee in a bonnet about her. And even Hope acknowledged it. But she was saying what she never understood is, like, that because she knows physically that it was never her, then like how did she get that rumor and why? Now I'm for like she should have told her sister about that. Like they're sisters, man. They should be able to tell each other and like and I understand that she was saying she just blurted it out. And to be honest, it's not an actual bad lie to like blurt out, but what it starts getting bad when it starts the repercussions start getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you could just say, oh yeah, because of Hope. And then you kind of hope that that'll just like, that's it. No more questions, right? Blame Hope. But then it's just spiraled and spiraled. And as you can see, it's getting bigger and bigger. You'd have to step in and say, okay, you know what? I was chatting, like, I'm sorry. But she's let it go on this long. And now, but it seemed like Hope kind of forgive her at the end because she was like really happy that she had a crush on her, and we didn't see Lizzie's face, so I'm interested to see what happens with her and how she takes that info. And now I want Hope and her relationship to Hope and Lizzie's. I want Josephine to be with Penelope personally. I want to see their relationship like blossom because we've had them being like stale. I would love them to be like Team Hope and Lizzie, so I really want that to happen in the final 3 episodes of this season. Okay, that's going to wrap up today's video. Thanks so much for checking out the channel. Hopefully guys enjoyed today's video. Really interesting one in terms of, I think like it's just a lot of information building, but I'm actually enjoying the information that's being given to us. I think I'm enjoying the information more than the fights from the monsters because there's not really any fights from the monsters in my personal opinion, and that is my only pet peeve of this show. I only have one issue, and that is that the threat is no threat at all ever. No matter how scary they look, they're so easy to defeat, and it only takes one of them. We've not even had a two-man team take them down. It's always been a singular person. Now, do I have to say it looks good when you take them down? I do. You got to call a spade. It looks good, but I would rather take a lot of action, and I just like Stefan and Valerie killed Julian, and that death wasn't an amazing death, but because they worked as a team and the way they outsmarted him and the way they got him was a great death. And not all deaths have to look unreal, But if you had the build up and you had, you know, like, and you play it out like so good and you get good teamwork, then it makes it just as enjoyable. You know, you've had like amazing deaths where you got like, you know, like neck snap, head ripped off, heart out. They're good as well. You know, if they fought that mummy and all of them was bashing the powers, and then like Rick was crossbowing them, and then he gone and he ripped that off his chest, would have looked sick. You know, and hers looked sick as well. Boom with that, but. It's just, it stood in front of them for so long, dead slow, and didn't pose nothing, and she dominated it. Yeah, okay, it made them splurt a bit of hornets out the mouth, but really not a threat, is it? I mean, I was definitely interested in the Lizzie and Hope, like, you know, what was going on with that throughout the whole episode. I thought that they done good from dropping it in at the very start to, like, playing all the way until the end, to releasing the information that it was Josephine that was actually been lying to Lizzie all these years, and you know, it got out of hand, and she was the one that started a fire that ended up like destroying loads of stuff from Hope's and Lizzie's, and she lost the only painting that she had for her dad, which is sad, and all because that she fancied her when she was younger. And I kind of get it. If he was younger, I don't know how old he would have been, but like being bisexual or you know, yeah, she's bisexual, isn't she? Because she like Raph. So being bisexual at age like that, she might have been scared of people knowing, and do you know what I mean? And after she's done it, she's forgetting it. She's like, oh my God, like, she's got no other course of action. But, like, it's good now, like, she's in the present and just embracing, like, you know, who she is. Because, well, I was going to say no one really cares. I mean, that's because my opinion, I don't care. You could be whatever you want to be, to be honest. If you're happy, I'm happy. Just look at Keelan and Framey, absolute beasts. Loved them two together, loved it. So I mean, I want Penelope and Josephine to be together as well. Again, I'm loving that. So I'm all for it. And I know people may not be. That might not be your thing, but that is definitely my thing. Happiness is key, and if they're happy, I'm happy. We didn't see Landon this episode after he absolutely smashed his little song out on the guitar to Hope. You know, we didn't even see it at all, but we seen, I don't know, his dad. I don't know how to call him his dad. We seen this guy anyway. I can't remember his name now. Could you call him Clark? Or I feel like he's something like Superman, so he's called Clark or he's called Kent. He, again, man, they seen him at Landon's mum's house when he was outside pretending to be part of, like, the covering the gas leak. And then he was here again when the Hornet's Nest was coming. And as Rick was saying, mate, this is a big operation for something that people have only just found out is happening, even though, obviously, they knew that it was coming. And that was probably the only path that the mummy could take to get towards where it needed to go. And he's obviously infiltrated it. He's took it. Is he working for Triad? Or is he, like, the Triad just hold the facility to keep Malivore away from the public eye? Or, do you know, are they part of Malivore themselves? Because I feel like the Triad group are the cover-up to try and keep the Supernaturals like a non-existent thing, and this guy actually is from Malivore, is part of Malivore, and he's actually working against the Triads and against the Supernaturals. You know what I mean? I feel like he's a soul soldier, and he's trying to, you know, infiltrate the system that houses the Malivore like location to obviously get in and feed it what it needs, so he can unlock it and he can get all the benefits for him or whatnot and bring all the monsters in. And I do think that Landon is going to be the third key. And I feel like he's definitely going to turn up to the school in the next few episodes, because he did drop it in against Rick. You know, like, good job today, but, you know, be a shame if I ever had to come and investigate your school. Do you know what I'm saying? And he did know who Rick was, and he did know about the school for Supernaturals and Mystic Falls and all that stuff. So he's been doing his digging. He knows the score. Rick knows he's coming. We had the interesting thing with Dorian at the end there, giving Rick a good clock and saying he's quit. You know, it's a bit rash, considering that his girlfriend just told him that she kissed Rick. I know that obviously he's seen it as Rick has done it as well, but that is true. They both did do it. But at that time, she knew that she was going out with Dorian, and she knew that she was going to kiss Rick, and Rick didn't know she was going out with him at all. So, you know, I'm kind of swaying on Rick's side a little bit here, but I definitely understand where he's coming from, Dorian, but I feel like his frustration should be against his girlfriend and not Rick. So, a bit of a rash decision to quit the school. You know, when something like that happens, you're going to have to go and compel him or something. You never know what he's going to say. He could be rashing to everyone in the town, you know, in the spite of everyone that is a supernatural school. So you've got to be wary and watch him. I've got to say, and I give him a clap actually. I am going to give him a clap. Caleb. Ever since I called him out that he's actually annoying and like I feel like he's the one that yeah, like pecks my head, he's definitely turned it around. After he went to took MG into the forest to feed, I haven't seen MG in a while as well, actually, to feed, and they got caught, and he had that talk with Dorian about, you know, Stefan Salvatore, like they're in his school, they're in his library, and he was the one that killed his parents, and he had all that stuff. He has definitely evolved as a character. I feel like he's much better now. Like I said last episode, he sang on the piano, he done a bit of rapping, he's done dancing, he helped the team out, he's done it here again. And he approached Rick in a sensible way to say, look, we should be feeding. We should be having the human blood. You know, this desperate times calls for desperate measures. The girls, they need to learn defensive and attacking spells. The vampires need to be at the full strength in case anything comes. I think he is right. He actually is right in this scenario. I understand Rick's cautiousness and he's, you know, he's scared of what could happen. But desperate times, like you say, calls for desperate measures, and you need the army to be the strongest it can be. So whether they just go and steal from some blood bags from the hospital, the way Caroline and Stefan used to do, and sip it, who knows? But that is something that I think needs to happen, and I applaud him for doing it in a calmly manner and a polite way as well. He didn't demand it or anything, and I thought he was good this episode. I actually think he's been good the last few episodes, to be honest. So big up to you for your character progression. Hopefully guys enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please smash a like. It really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I will catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.